You are burning out. And the reason you have not done anything about it yet is not because you lack discipline or self awareness. It is because every symptom of burnout in a high performing leader is designed by the culture you operate in to look like something else entirely. The exhaustion looks like a busy season, the irritability looks like high standards, the emotional flatness looks like professional composure, the disconnection from your work looks like needing a vacation, and the inability to make clear decisions looks like a complex problem set. None of those reframings are wrong. They are just incomplete. And that incompleteness is costing you more than you currently know how to measure. This video is going to give you the 7 signs that you are burning out as a leader, not the generic version you have read in a wellness article, but the specific clinically grounded version that shows up in the bodies and behavior of people who are very good at their jobs and very practiced at overriding their own distress signals. By the end of this video, you will know whether you are in early burnout, active burnout, or what I call the recovery deficit stage, and you will have a concrete starting point for each. Sign number 1, your recovery is no longer recovering you. Sleep used to reset you. A weekend used to create distance from the week. A vacation used to genuinely restore something. And at some point, without a clear announcement, that stopped working. You wake up tired. You return from time off and feel the weight of work before you have even opened your laptop. You rest and do not feel rested. This is not a sleep quality problem, though that may be a symptom. This is what happens when your nervous system has been running a stress response for so long that it has lost its ability to fully down regulate. The off switch still exists. It is just no longer responsive to the things that used to activate it. This is one of the earliest and most reliable biological signs that burnout is no longer approaching. It has arrived. Sign number 2, your patience has a much shorter ceiling than it used to, not the visible kind. High performers rarely express impatience visibly. I am talking about the internal ceiling, the amount of friction, ambiguity, or incompetence you can absorb before something inside you contracts. That ceiling used to be higher. You used to be able to hold complexity without it costing you something. Now it costs more, and you are spending cognitive and emotional energy managing that cost in every interaction. The people around you may not see it, but you feel it. And the effort of containing it is its own additional drain on a system that is already running low. Sign number 3, you have stopped being curious about your work. This one is particularly diagnostic for high performers because curiosity is one of the first casualties of burnout and one of the least discussed. You used to find aspects of your work genuinely interesting. You used to ask questions that were not strictly necessary. You used to think about problems outside of work hours, not because you were anxious, but because you were engaged. That quality of engagement has a neurobiological basis. It is regulated by dopaminergic pathways that are significantly suppressed under chronic stress. When those pathways are compromised, work does not become harder, it becomes flatter. You can still do it. You just stop caring about it in the way you used to. And that flatness is worth paying serious attention to. Sign number 4, you are more certain than the situation warrants. This is counterintuitive, so stay with me. Most people expect burnout to create doubt and hesitation. In high performers, it often produces the opposite, a kind of brittle, compressed certainty. You stop sitting with ambiguity. You make calls faster. You have less tolerance for revisiting decisions. You are more likely to defend a position than genuinely examine it. This happens because genuine deliberation is cognitively expensive, and a depleted prefrontal cortex will find ways to reduce that cost. Certainty is cheaper than inquiry. The problem is that the quality of your most important decisions is degrading precisely when your confidence in them is increasing. That is a dangerous gap. Sign number 5, your body has started sending signals you are postponing. The tight chest you notice at the start of a Monday, the jaw tension you carry through the afternoon, the headaches that appear on Sundays, the sleep disruption that arrives specifically on work nights. The physical responses that track your schedule so precisely that they have essentially become a calendar of your stress. Your body is not failing, it is communicating. The autonomic nervous system is the most honest reporting system you have access to. And what it is reporting right now is a sustained threat response that has not been resolved. Postponing that signal does not reduce it, it accumulates. Sign number 6, you have started to feel emotionally removed from the people you lead, not hostile, not unkind, just further away than you used to be. The investment you used to feel in your team's development, the genuine interest in their challenges, the satisfaction in their growth, it has become more transactional. You are still functional as a leader. You are still delivering, but something in the relational quality of your leadership has thinned. This is what researchers call depersonalization, and it is one of the 3 clinical markers of burnout alongside exhaustion and reduced efficacy. It is the nervous system's attempt to reduce the emotional processing load by creating distance. It is protective in the short term. In the long term, it erodes the exact quality of leadership that organizations need most from their senior people. Sign number 7, you are privately questioning whether it is worth it, not loudly, not in ways you would say out loud to anyone, but in the quiet moments, driving home, lying awake, sitting in a meeting that feels pointless. There is a question forming that was not there before. A question about whether this level of cost is sustainable, whether the trade-offs you have made are the ones you would choose again, whether there is something on the other side of all of this that justifies what it is taking. That question is not a weakness. It is not ingratitude. It is your nervous system, your values, and your identity trying to have a conversation with you that the pace of your professional life has made almost impossible to hear. Hearing it is the beginning of the work. Before we go further, go to restleader.com and take the free stress assessment right now. It will tell you exactly which of these signs represents your primary pattern and give you a specific starting point for where you are in this cycle. That specificity matters because early burnout, active burnout, and recovery deficit each require a different response. The link is in the description, restleader.com. Now, what do you do with what you just recognized in yourself? The REST framework, recognize, explore, support, take action, was built precisely for this moment. Not as a wellness practice you add to an already impossible schedule, but as a clinical framework for understanding what is actually happening and making targeted changes to the conditions that are generating it. You have just done the recognize stage in this video. You have named something, possibly several things that you have been reframing or postponing. The explore stage asks one question: what are the structural conditions in your work and your life that are sustaining this pattern, not the symptoms, the architecture underneath them? Most burnout recovery fails because it targets the symptoms, the sleep, the mood, the energy, without examining the conditions that are continuously regenerating those symptoms. If you are in early burnout, the most important action is structural, identifying and removing the highest cost, lowest value demands on your cognitive and emotional energy before they compound further. If you are in active burnout, the priority is physiological. Your nervous system needs genuine recovery before strategy will be effective. Working harder on the wrong problem is not discipline. It is acceleration toward a much harder stop. If you are in recovery deficit, the work is relational and identity level, examining the beliefs about performance, worth, and rest that are keeping you from accepting the support your situation requires. None of this is soft. All of it is clinical, and all of it is available to you. Go to restleader.com, take the assessment, find out exactly where you are. And if this video names something you have been carrying without language for it, share it with the leader in your organization who needs to hear it most.